Welcome to another fascinating game played by Alexander Kotov, a Russian grandmaster who is also a writer. And his opponent is Gedeon Barza. And talking about this game, this is quite a brilliancy as suggested by many of the world class chess players. So, without further ado, let's dive straight into this wonderful game. Here, Alexander Kotov, with the white pieces, opens the game with this d4. We have knight f6, c4, g6. We have the king's Indian defense, knight c3, bishop g7, e4, taking so many pawns in the center, controlling a lot of squares. So we have d6. This is the main theory because you wanted to push this pawn further. g3, white also wants to flank it to this light square bishop. So we have castles, bishop g2, e5, challenging the white center. And now this knight is jumping on e2 square, saying okay, if you want to capture it, this knight can definitely go for the capture. So we have captures, and now this knight jumps on c6 square, saying challenging this knight. So this knight retreats, and this is quite a wonderful move because it avoids any trade happening in the center. And now we have this bishop jumping on e6 square, attacking this pawn. So this is not a problem, you can just defend it with this b3 we have. And you cannot say that by pushing this b3 you have done some kind of mistake, because in this line black is always capturing here and you cannot recapture it because this rook would hang. But when the knight is here, you have this knight captures and white can easily win the game. So you do not have this capture taking place. So after this move, black continues with this queen d7, saying okay, you can just castles and I am just going to challenge it. So we have challenging this bishop, we have this f3, we have captures, and now this bishop is not doing anything. So bringing this last piece into the game after this a6 is played, this bishop is jumping on b2 square, quite a developing move. We have this knight a7, saying okay, this pawn is getting pushed in the next move, this b5 square, and it would be protected by the queen and by the pawn and the knight. But this gives white something. You would see this queen is now jumping on d2 square, quite a developing move. It connects the rook. So we have this b5 as planned, and now when this square is ready to be vacated, why this white knight can definitely jump here to jump on this d5 square. So we have c6 protecting this square, and now this allows white to attack this pawn further. So we have this rook d8 protecting the pawn, and now this knight is coming on e2 square. Further this knight is jumping here, it would attack this pawn and so many attacking ideas. But you would see here black made a very interesting move with this queen c7, because queen cannot remain on this file constantly worrying about some of the capture taking place in the center, and this pawn was also ready to push forward. So we have this queen move, but this is not a good move and allows a wonderful move. You can pause the video to try. This bishop is now jumping on c3 with an attack in the next move, and it would harass this queen. So this queen now moves again for the second time, and then you see this knight is jumping on d4 square, attacks this pawn, but this is not a problem because this is defended by this knight. But at this point of time, black made the serious trouble of this game, said okay, there's no way to proceed this game, what else you can do? And now this moves attacks this knight further. But you can pause the video to try what Alexander Kotov played at this position. Here he played this wonderful move, and now it attacks this queen. So you would have to accept the sacrifice. So can you say that you do not want to accept the sacrifice? Let's see. If you do not accept the sacrifice, after captures, you would have to capture with the king, and now you get this check. With this, you are winning this knight in the next move, and this is game lost for black. So why this move was really a mistake for black, now you see. So after this move, you would have to accept the sacrifice, and now we have again attacking the queen. So you do not have time to capture it. Says okay, you capture my queen and I capture your, because it comes with a tempo on this king, so you do not have time to that, because you would lose the queen and the game. So after this you would have to move the queen. So when the queen moves, we have captures taking place. And now you can pause the video to try what white should play to win this game. There's only one move which wins for white. I congratulate you all who spotted this wonderful idea. Here Alexander Kotov played this wonderful move, and this frees up this pawn to ever pushed, because if you right away play this move, threaten checkmate, then this pawn can march forward and you do not have this checkmate, because this queen is already protecting it and you can just lose the game. So it is obvious this move was really a wonderful idea, and Alexander Kotov spotted this. And if you try to move this rook, say you save this rook, then obviously this is dead lost and you are getting checkmated in the next move. Whatever you play, you are just getting checkmated in the next move. So you do not have time for that. So black made the most interesting move with this, because this is the best defense. Nevertheless, this queen is jumping with an attack to give a checkmate. So we have this rook defending it, and now white is not caring about capturing this rook and pushes this h4. Says okay, you can just save it. So we have saving of this rook, and now this pawn is marching forward. So we have this rook e5, and otherwise you do not have any options. You are just getting checkmated in few of the moves, so you'd have to play this move. We have captures, and now you do not have this h6 right away. You have to spot this wonderful queen f6. This spins this knight and frees up any of the squares for black. Let's see. And this pawn is marching forward with h6, and there's no stopping that. So you cannot say you can play this, because you can just get checkmated in just one move, because this is a checkmate. So you cannot stop that. So this knight is now coming into the game. So we have h6 attacking this knight, and this knight is jumping here. And after, white did not go for the capture, and white's plan is very simple. He wants to develop on this d file, and black would simply lose, because this rook is never going to move. Whenever you move this rook, you are getting just checkmated. So there's no point in moving that. And after this 31 move, black just resigned the game. I would show you one of the example. Let's try you play this move, then after you capture here, you would have to capture with this rook, and now you deliver this check. So you would have to capture with this queen, and we have captures, and you lose the game on the spot, because you're down too much material and the queen is lost. So there's no playing this game. So how was the video? This was really a brilliant game by Alexander Kotov, and this was quite a brilliancy suggested by many of the world-class chess players, and this is quite a theory and has been studied many of the times. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon in my next video covering this type of wonderful games for you. Till then, you can consider subscribing this channel, and I'll see you soon in my next video. Thanks a lot.